Hi, my name's Archie Jennings. I'm a London-based composer. Thank you so much for joining me today as I take you through my score for our recent clip, Greg, It's All a Game.
Ah, the big city with its irresistible allure. The siren song we call opportunity. Where there's opportunity, there's competition. Where there's competition, there are winners and there are losers. The winners create the losers, and the losers create the winners in the great dance of the dollar. A miserable merry-go-round that binds us all, but nobody acknowledges. The hidden game where everybody is a player. Enter our hero, Greg. Greg's a winner. In his own world, he's a hero. Heck, he's got the penthouse, the car, the gold-plated, handmade Belgian import bespoke bidet to prove it. Friends? Leisure time? A conscience? Who needs it, right, Greg? Those things are for losers. Those things are for the rest of us. Well, Greg, old buddy, the times are changing. The ordinary folks, the ones at the bottom, those losers you like to talk about, they've had enough and they're taking charge. So enjoy your bidet while you can. Measuring success in dollars and cents, well, that, I'm afraid, is, as they say, for the birds.
So this was a really fun score to write. There were quite a few hit points that I wanted to hit, and I was pretty happy with how it came out. So we're mainly working in D melodic minor for this. Let me play that scale for you. Ascending, you play a B natural and a C sharp. So that's the raised 6th and 7th. However, descending, you only play the raised 7th, so you stick to that B flat that you would have in the natural minor scale. Generally, I'm omitting the B flat and I'm swapping it for a B natural in general. I think it's just got a cool sound. Mainly I picked D melodic minor because I think it's just got this playful quality to it, like it kind of knows something that you don't. So let's head on and check out the core ideas that I've used. So we start in the bassoon with this repeating melodic idea. I'm going to play it slowly because I can't play piano very quickly. Bit messy playing there, but let's just hear it by itself. We're basing it around the tonic, so that's basically just the D minor chord there, and then you've got this fun, playful. I like that. That's a cool sort of turnaround thing. And then joining in, we have this harpsichord, basically descending down the D melodic minor scale. And then it joins in with that main idea. Really fun, lots of high energy, which is what I think this clip needs. The rhythm of this clip is basically set by the kind of voiceover that you've got. So we need something to sort of drive and support that voiceover. The way I came to this is I basically just sketched everything out. So let's hear it just in my piano sketched out. And that's the main ideas that I came up with. You can hear that I didn't quite have that little turnaround idea by that point. Then the melody, the main melody, ends up being played in the flutes, horns, and violins. And also it's supported by the Glock, I think. So basically it's just a few simple ideas moved around in the orchestra to create different timbres and sort of change the vibe a little bit here and there. Let's hear what the strings are doing. So for this, you can hear that the strings are playing triplets, which is a little bit weird because that's not the kind of vibe we were going for before. I wanted to sort of replicate that like Danny Elfman thing of straight quavers with some triplets in the background. It just adds a bit of power that you wouldn't necessarily notice, but you can feel it in the movement of the piece. The film is taking a sardonic swipe at those who only really value their capitalist ventures. So I wanted to suggest a kind of instability that at any time it could all fall down. And then we got some fun things going on percussion wise, basically just a bit of triangle supporting with some tambourine, and then these toys from BBC Symphony Orchestra. Moving on to the next section, this is where it kind of changes up a little bit, so let's hear it by itself. So yeah, this is where it turns away from focusing on Greg as the main character, and it mentions this kind of uprising from the lower classes. So I wanted the idea that something's brewing a little bit. So it's worth mentioning that we've got some tempo changes in this section as well. We've also got a kind of halftime fill, so it goes from, you know, boom, 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 to boom, ba-da-boom, boom, boom, ba-da-boom. And that just takes us into this more drunk sounding, woozy feeling. So we've just got a slightly different melody for this section. And it's played in the oboes. And we've also got the choir joining in. We've also got some kind of stabs in the lower brass, tuba playing on beat 1 and trombone answering on beat 2. Quite gentle because I wanted it to have this kind of woozy feeling, like I said. Double bass is playing on beats 1 and 4. And then the glockenspiel is kind of answering that tuba as well. So now that we've heard it in the orchestra, let's hear that sketch. Now moving into the sections with the string runs. You've got half the bar being taken up by these runs in like the flute and the strings, and then the second half of the bar being taken up by these kind of quavers that are just sort of hard hitting, answering the other instruments. The higher instruments in the first half, the lower instruments in the second half. And then that leads us back into that main idea. And then here we've got a kind of ending just to tie it all up in a neat little bow. And then over the credits, it basically repeats that section. That's everything, to be honest. Really, really simple. Like I said, just sketching out the ideas first of all, and then just taking it into the orchestra. And of course, once you do take it into the orchestra, like I've shown, you can add things that you missed out when sketching that might have sounded just a bit weird just playing it on the piano. So like that little turnaround idea that I played in the bassoon. You can access the film at theqtube.com/library. And if you submit your score, you could be in with a chance of winning a string quartet session. Thanks again for watching. Let's hear it one more time before we go.